Within the past year, New York has changed a lot, for the good and for the bad. But in this video, we're going to talk about some of the good. So first of all, I am here in Times Square right now, and typically this is every New Yorker's nightmare. It's just filled with tourists and so many people that it makes you feel like a sardine. But right now, it's actually quite empty with not so many people. It's pretty much all local New Yorkers who are here. As well as with the other typical tourist attractions here in the city, it's not nearly as packed as it used to be. You don't have to wait in line to get a cronut from your favorite bakery, and everything else just generally isn't as packed as it was. So it's a really interesting time to be here in New York City, which was once such a tourist destination, and right now it's pretty much all locals. It's a really cool and interesting energy. So New York is starting to feel a bit back to normal. There isn't indoor dining and some things are still closed, but on the other hand, a lot of things are back open again. They do have new protocols and new safety measures, but at least things are starting to get back to normal and the energy is coming back to New York. One of my favorite things to do here is the kayaking, and I know now you do need to make reservations at least 2 weeks in advance, but just kayaking in the Hudson River is so much fun. Also, if you are into that, you'll probably like the jet skiing, which I've done a few times now. I did it a couple weeks ago and had so much fun cruising around on a jet ski overlooking New York City. Pro tip about that is too, there's supposedly no speed limit in the Hudson River, so on those jet skis you can hit easily 60 miles per hour blasting through the Hudson River. Another cool activity is the sunset sails, which I did for the first time about a month ago and was amazing. I got so lucky with a beautiful sunset and got to meet some new people that were on board, and overall a really fun time and a cool way to meet other people. Something else that I just did for the first time after my whole life living here in New York is going to Top of the Rock. They have taken all the new safety precautions, and I would say it's a very safe activity to do, and you do just get the most incredible views of all of New York City. Just be careful if there's a lightning storm.
Oh my god, holy crap! Ah!
And then coming to parks has been great. As you can see where I'm at right now at Madison Square Park, they have these social distancing circles where you're easily 6 feet away from everyone else, so you can feel comfortable and safe here in the parks. And I'd also say just cruising around on a bicycle or skateboard or Revel scooter has been so much more fun now, because typically, I believe there's over 1 million people that used to come to work in Manhattan every single day. And now with a majority of people working from home, it's a fraction of that. So there is such little traffic, so to just cruise around the city is so much safer and more enjoyable. Fly 9 also did just open back up and is probably my #1 favorite thing to do in the city. I just did it again last week for the 5th time, and it does not get old. So let's talk about the rent here in New York City during 2020. Since I'm sure some of you guys are aware that the rents here in New York have dropped tremendously since the demand and wanting to get an apartment here in New York has decreased. Since a lot of people have flocked the city and left and don't ever really plan on coming back. But there is also a new generation, a new flock of people that are moving here and have moved here. Since this has created new opportunity for people to finally be able to live in their dream city or even get their dream apartments. My sister, for example, recently moved a couple months ago into a luxury building. And to be completely honest with you guys, I don't think she would have moved into an apartment this beautiful if she didn't get such a discount on it, since the price from 2019 till now in 2020 dropped almost 40%. Alright, so as most of you guys know who have been following the channel for a while, my sister Kristen used to live at the apartment I currently live at for, how long was that, like 7 years?
7 years.
And here she is. Now she is engaged, about to be married next month, and she has her new spot. And this place is such a dream apartment, and I'm so happy that you guys locked this place in.
It's a big upgrade for sure. We started looking long before COVID happened, and I knew I wanted to be in this building. So then as things started to get closer, I noticed that they were giving away free month's rent. They were decreasing the price. Then they gave away 2 free months rent. So Chris and I were like, I don't think we're gonna get any better than this. We gotta jump on it. And then even after we got it, they still made our security deposit only $1,000 when normally it's an entire month's rent. So I feel like we stole this place. I can't even believe we live here.
And over here we have Chris's corner office.
Welcome to my office.
How's it working from here?
Not too bad.
Right? This is pretty incredible.
Finally got that corner office I always wanted.
How are you liking the apartment so far?
Loving it. Loving central air. Loving having the washer dryer. Big kitchen. Natural light that wakes us up every day at 6 a.m. It's great. It's I miss having the friends over the old apartment, but this is pretty sweet.
We got some more tips from Chris, and I actually knew that they were doing this. So they got a lot of this furniture off of the Facebook Marketplace.
Facebook Marketplace. Everybody in New York City is always moving from one apartment. They're on a year lease, 2-year lease, so they're always looking to get rid of stuff. This right here, Facebook Marketplace, great deal. This right here, whole table and chair set, Facebook Marketplace. This big hangy light, Facebook Marketplace. So if you're ever looking to furnish your apartment for cheap, check it out.
So in my opinion, right now really is the best time to move to New York City, since you can actually get a good deal on an apartment. And when you are applying for an apartment here in New York City, you are going to need a good credit score. You're also going to need an annual salary that is at least 40 times 1 month's rent, as well as have a decent amount in your savings. And if you do need help staying on top of all of your finances, there is this app called Nerdwallet that I use that is phenomenal. And they also are the sponsor of today's video. Thank you, Nerdwallet. And why I do like using Nerdwallet is because I get the big picture of all of my finances all in one place, with easy views of your savings and spending across all of your accounts, which I personally really like since I do have multiple bank accounts, and this just makes it great to see how much I'm saving and how much I'm spending across every single account, all in one app, the Nerdwallet app. The app also gives you a complete view of your savings, your loans, your debts, and investments, all in one place. The other reason why I do really like Nerdwallet is because it really helps you get the most for your money. So you can really maximize what you have and also find out new ways to get ahead, since they do have expert insights that are tailored just for you. For example, I was never really taking advantage of the benefits I had with all of my credit cards, but with the Nerdwallet app, it helped me figure out what those benefits were and take advantage of them. It also helps you with looking at your savings account and showing the best ways to earn more interest. It helps show you how to put your money to work. So if you want to discover smart ways to master your money, then click the link down below and discover Nerdwallet, which is totally free. Thanks to Nerdwallet for sponsoring that portion of the video. So the new norm here in the city is everyone is pretty much working from home. There are some buildings that have up to 50% capacity where you have to schedule when you are going into work for your mandatory meetings. But for the most part, a lot of the people I talk to and my friends are told that they're not going to be going back to their office until 2021. So working from home is the new norm here. And for me personally, I do typically work from home or from a co-working space or my old studio. But for right now, working from my little New York City backyard has been great. I do typically work from either a co-working space or a coffee shop, or even when I had my old studio office. But for right now, I've been spending a lot of time working from my backyard. And no complaints at all. It's nice that it's still good weather here, so working outside has been ideal. So yeah, this has been my new HQ. We actually have someone new who's a part of the channel. Abe, get over here, man.
Yo,
this is Abraham, who you guys have probably seen in previous videos, but very happy to say that he has joined the team and helping me create videos and just brainstorming, editing, filming. So welcome aboard, dude. Welcome to the office. Now, one of the main reasons why I do love living here in New York City is because of JFK Airports. It may be gross, but I still love it. Even though apartments and rent here in New York City are so expensive, to me as someone who travels a lot, it does sort of balance out. Since if I did live somewhere in Middle America, I would be paying a lot for these international flights to get to JFK and then overseas. But living here in one of the biggest hubs in the country and maybe even the world just makes it so easy and more affordable to get to everywhere. Even a couple weeks ago, I bought a flight from JFK to Tulum, Mexico, and it was only about $140. It's just been so great with flights at such a discount from JFK Airports. And one of my new favorite things about living in New York City is how it feels like Europe. Every single street feels like a block party where they take over parking spots and turn the outside of restaurants into the seating area. So it's a lot safer and also just so much more enjoyable. If you guys are coming to New York City or live here, I highly recommend coming here to Koreatown, where they shut down this whole street and just have so much outdoor eating. It honestly feels like we're in some fair right now. Koreatown Fair. Also, delicious food here. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that subscribe button and we'll see you next week.